Assets Regulatory Authority, the main regulator for the mainland in Dubai. So I would like to get or to clarify the Dubai big picture direction in the virtual assets. So what does VARA want Dubai to be for virtual assets? Are VARA or is Dubai targeting to apply the strict safe haven, or they are targeting to be the global hub of the virtual assets in the area?
Thank you, and great question. And that question actually comes down to the reason why VARA was established. VARA has been around only for a few years, and the way that the establishment of VARA came about is that Dubai wanted to continue to diversify its economy, continue to attract the right kind of businesses, and in general, the digital economy is a very important part of it. When you then start to think about, okay, how do we attract the digital economy? How do we continue to contribute to the D33 agenda to double the GDP by 2033? You need to look at doing that responsibly. So the easier answer to your question is actually it's both. We want to, on the one side, make sure that virtual assets and the digital economy contributes a significant amount to the overall economy of Dubai, but we don't want to do that without looking at doing it in a responsible way. And that's why VARA was set up, is to, on the one side, implement and develop and design and enforce on the rules that we can set up for virtual assets. That allows us, therefore, to attract the right kind of entities to come here, to attract the kind of companies that will add value to the economy, that are doing business in the right way, rather than attracting companies that may have other ideas.
So how VARA try to balance between attracting the companies and the traders and the virtual assets company and set the tone at the top with a high level standard to make sure that the market and the situation is stable in the area?
Yeah, that's a great point, right? The way that we look at that is, first of all, the regulation that we've implemented and the rule books that we've developed are designed to be a full financial regulator. So this is not what you would see potentially around the world of a registration regime or a minimum kind of submission of certain documents. We look at companies from an activity point of view. So we don't regulate the products, we don't regulate their technology, but we regulate the activity that they do. And that's quite an important point. So if you're a broker-dealer, we regulate you like a broker-dealer with everything that comes with the responsibility that comes with that. We have, the way that our rule books are set up is we have 4 mandatory rule books that every single entity has to comply with. Those rule books deal with corporate governance, they deal with market conduct, they deal with the kind of elements that we as a regulator wish to see every single entity comply with. Then we have activity-specific rule books that are designed to allow you to do and to enable you to do the kind of activity that you want to do, but making sure that at all times investors and market integrity is protected.
Amazing. So coming to Namir again. Now VARA puts a policy, and putting the policy is easy, but the most difficult side is to prove that this policy is effective and valid on the ground. So what